Hey everybody out there, welcome to another edition of Bowed Not Broken. I have Kimberly here, and she is someone that I met about, I guess it was about what, 3 months ago or 4 months ago at the Mrs. Utah contest. They picked me to do that, I don't know, but the amazing thing about it, and not just because she's here, during those competitions you have something that's called a platform. And not only are they beautiful, but they have something that there's a lot of substance to what they do. It's not just, walking around and doing that kind of stuff and looking pretty. There's a lot more to it. And I'm glad that she was able to join me today because she is a part of something that I think is really important for everybody to know about, and how it affects people. And so with that introduction, she's got this big yes across her chest, so you can see that yes. And tell us what you do. Tell us, the competition was such that your platform was, I was wowed, I was amazed. And so tell me a little bit about how you got involved in it and where you've got it to now and all that type of stuff.
Okay, awesome. Well, in all honesty, I was not your typical pageantry type person. I had never done anything like that. I am the director over the western part for the United States pageant reached out to me, and I had been referred because what I do every day as far as my platform it's called Y.E.S, Young Entrepreneurs for Success is what it's called. And I live a daily life that is just, I'm passionate about not only everybody becoming, independently wealthy in the sense that they can own their time, but especially millennials, 18 to 35, really reaching out and teaching those business concepts, those 6 key business principles, economic concepts that will create long-term residual success. The one thing that bothered me the most I have a personal vendetta with this statistic that 95% of people cannot retire by 65. And for me, that's astounding. I mean, and that's reality. And so when they called about this United States pageant, at first I said kind of like, really? Me? I mean, I don't even know what I would do on stage. I mean, I don't walk in heels. I'm wearing flats right now.
You're a mom.
I'm a mom.
How many kids?
3 boys.
3 boys, married,
yeah.
Businesses, all that stuff. Yeah.
I mean, a pageant was never on my bucket list. But when they really went into the opportunity and what I could provide to other people and the platform I was able to, help a lot of other people and reach out to them, I said yes, I would do it. So got to work, got practicing walking in some heels, which was funny. I'm sure I had some comic relief on stage, but for me, the interview part, was kind of where I got to really talk with you judges, and that was easy for me in the sense that I'm already living that passionate life, and the United States pageant gave me that opportunity to really just take a step up, from where I was at and be able to reach a few more people. So, do you want me to tell you a little bit about Y.E.S?
Yeah, tell us who gets involved or how they get involved or how you may recruit or what you look for.
So we look for people that just want better, that want more, And even though Young Entrepreneurs for Success is gauged and geared towards millennials, ages 18 to 35-ish, give or take, my reasoning for picking the young ones and going after that is because right now we live in an economy that is a band-aid approach, if you will. I could teach what I teach to a 70-year-old, and I do. I work with 70-year-olds, even 80-year-olds, right?
Wow.
Because
I'm pretty close to that.
Yeah,
you
you're
can
on
help
the
me.
list.
Yeah.
No, but teaching them how to build a leveraged income system, right? There's 24 hours in a day. We can only work 24 hours, and who does that? Some people,
So they can come to you. And they may have a business idea, or you have business ideas for them.
Yeah, we really look for companies and opportunities that have all the key components and then we will promote those. Right now,
Okay.
there's a phase 2 launch in a company that is mind blowing, right? And it is not just for millennials. I mean, it's for anybody. It's a publicly traded company on the NASDAQ. Forbes just voted number 5 company get involved with in the United States, number 1 company in Utah. So it's a big deal.
Okay.
And it has all those components, and it has a leveraged income system, right? Where we teach, it's better. I would rather have the success of 100 people 1 hour a day than 100 hours of my own, right?
Right.
And we teach these millennials not just how to be successful financially, because money will magnify who you are. And if we can teach millennials and others at the same time to not only learn how to create wealth, generational wealth, and become time free, right? We don't want to have to trade time for money every single day.
Right.
It limits our ability. So we teach them those systems that create wealth, but then on top of that, it's a world-class leadership development program.
How long is it? As long as it takes?
As long as it takes. So it is specific to whatever they're doing, right? So we teach these principles as far as basically it's your roadmap, if you will, okay? You have these 6 key business principles that are vital, vital to finding and creating long-term successful business. There are, most companies fail. Most companies fail in 5 years, 80% in 5 years, 90% in 10 years, right? So, and it doesn't matter what business model you're in, most businesses fail. So the problem with that is because they're usually missing one or more of these key principles. And so people are able to now learn these principles, look at their roadmap and say, all right, I have this opportunity, I have this, I want to create this. Let's start comparing, right? This company had all 6, but then I went to this company or this opportunity and compared all 6, and all of a sudden these 6 principles look really weak. So companies may have all 6, but and we're talking timing and business is huge. Okay, the company's important. What's the stability? What's their backing? What's their being publicly traded? And something that in one of the companies that we really are promoting right now heavily is they have that financial backing, they have that transparency, but they're still young and new. So timing wise, it's on that side, right? System, is there a system set in place that anybody can come in and have success? Because if your opportunity or the business that you're creating you have to be a superstar to be able to do it, you're limiting yourself to the growth potential that you could possibly have. But if I could take, right now I'm working with NFL players, I'm working with single moms, I'm working with plumbers, electricians, all walks of life, who because a system is in place, they are able to simply follow it, duplicate it, and have success. So that's important. Compensation is huge,
No, you don't want to get paid. Right?
We're charitable, right?
Of course.
We love charity, but we can do charity anytime. We need, this is an analogy I really like to use in young entrepreneurs. We think of oxygen. Well, we don't think of oxygen, right? We just go our day and we breathe. When do we think of oxygen? When we don't have enough, right?
When we just run.
When we just run. Or, when you're being smothered, for lack of a better word, and you cannot breathe, you start thinking of oxygen. Well, that concept is the same with money. Most people are constantly thinking about money because they just don't have enough. And it's a matter of trading their time for money, and they're limited. So what we teach is, let's create a system where they can have a leveraged income, that they can build an engine, right? Not get in the wheel. Let's not step in the wheel and run. We got sprinklers coming
Hopefully
on here.
we might have to move up. Just move up, just
closer.
right there.
So
I know it's a little weird.
No,
but
that's
I'll move
okay.
it this way. Go ahead. So the engine and all that.
So yeah, we just want to create economic engines, right? Do you think of a wheel, the rat race, right? You hop in the wheel, you spin, you trade time for money. You don't own the wheel. You're an employee of the wheel. And your job is to make it spin. And when you make it spin, you get paid. So, and it's not that that's a bad thing. It just is. That's what it is, right? Then people say, you know, I'm tired of running in that wheel. I'm gonna make my own. I'm gonna start my own business, which is what my husband and I did years ago, and we had more success. We had more financial freedom. But one thing we learned, and most small business owners out there can relate, your business owns you. You know, envision a guy in the wheel now running, but now he's sweating profusely, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, your business, your employees, you can't step away from that for 90 days and have it sustain and grow. It is still, you know, you may own that wheel now, but that wheel really owns you. So we teach kids and people, step out of both those wheels. What if we never got in the wheel? What if we stood outside the wheel with a little grease can, right? And envision a wheel with little gears all put together. What if we started building a wheel and put those little gears together so that it started turning on its own? And we could build a leadership engine, something, you know, that would duplicate leadership and growth, and be able to step away from that wheel and have it continually run. It's an engine now.
Mm-hmm.
Not that you'll ever, I mean, you'll occasionally grease it and whatnot. And don't get me wrong, a lot of people think that this wheel means no effort. That's not the case.
Right.
It's work, and it's hard work, but it's just a different return. You know, we're gonna work. I mean, we're gonna just outlive work. I mean, work's gonna outlive us or whatever.
Right.
So if we have to work, why don't we work smarter and think bigger, faster? So that's what Young Entrepreneurs is about, is really about, you know, changing this statistic, and instead of going to just 70, 80-year-olds who can't retire, you know, the people at Walmart who are, you know, Walmart greeters, and they may want to be that, right?
Right.
But I bet you most of them did not think that they would have to be working. Most people retire to get another job.
Right. So
now we're teaching them, all right, we can teach you how to do it at 70, but what if we go to the 18-year-old
mm-hmm.
and create a amazing leader, personal develop them,
mm-hmm.
and teach them how to create wealth, so that when they have this wealth in their hands, they've become such good leaders that they're going to do good things with their time and money now. And then those millennials are going to create this new economy coming. You know, go ahead.
No, it's kind of a bam kind of a thing. I'm going to ask you, hopefully you'll come on again, because I think we could do something every couple weeks that really would benefit people, if that's okay.
I'd love to.
People probably ask when they see this cost.
Yeah.
I mean, is it cost? Is it kind of rolled into whatever they're doing and how they're doing it?
It depends on what they're doing, right? There is, for a specific one that Y.E.S really is backing right now, because the timing is on their side and the key principles, cost-wise, 50, 30, 600, 1200. So, and we can break that down another time.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
People can get in contact with me, but it really breaks down, you know, what's provided, you know, material-wise, education-wise,
Right.
system, you know, everything like that, to know that, all right, you're telling me that if I do this, this, and this, and I'm talking day one, step one, I mean,
mm-hmm.
baby steps. If I do that, I will have success.
Right.
And it is proven in the sense that publicly traded, this is why I like, you know, I like the idea of a publicly traded company for the transparency, that you get to know good, bad, or ugly, success, unsuccess, whatever. You get to know exactly what's real. And so when we saw what was real, I mean, we're through the roof ecstatic. So, and it's not just that. There's other things. People come to us and say, hey,
There it goes.
they say, you know, I'm an entrepreneur. I've got this idea. I want to start this. And I say, great. Here's 6 key business principles and an economic concept. Now, let's teach you how to create your opportunity. And then once you think you have yours created, start comparing your strengths to other companies that you look up to, you know, or mentor businesses, and see how you compare. See what trends you're in front of. You know, not just fads, but we're talking long-term trends.
There's so many people out there I know, young and old, that start or have, well, you talked about all the businesses that don't succeed, some that do, very minimally sometimes. I'm going to have her on again, because I think there's a lot more discussion that needs to happen on this. this is kind of the positive side of Bowed Not Broken. If you know, if you got to try, you've got to continue to try, but like you said, you've got to work smarter, plan smarter, and really do something that can affect your future, especially in this economy. So I really want to I appreciate Kimberly being here. I'm going to have her on again if she will. We're at the park kind of near her house, so it's a nice little setting, and I really appreciate her being here. Any last words? They're yours.
No, really, dig your well before you're thirsty. We talked about it before, right?
Right.
If you think you're satisfied in what you have, if that was gone tomorrow, would you be okay? Have you built multiple streams of income, and have you built a well before you're thirsty? That's what we're all about.
More than just a pretty face. I know that's kind of a stupid thing, but more than just a pretty face. Don't forget it's Boat Friday. She's got her superhero shirt on. I've got mine on.
I'm liking this one.
Yeah, got Batman. Take care, everybody. We'll see you again.